Which one to use? Which one to use? Hello, friends. Happy New Week. Happy Monday. Now, I record these introductions after I finish doing the reading, so I can tell you there's a lot of cuts coming up. Not to the text, but just a lot of editing, because there's a lot of voices and I kept doing the wrong one, because there's a lot of characters, which also means there's a lot of people explaining the plot to each other. Drink responsibly, but if you wanted to play a drinking game, why not take a drink every time someone explains the plot? I said last night that Christopher Sly from the induction never turns up again. Actually, they all turn up at the end of Act 1, as Christopher Sly has clearly fallen asleep, which is a brave decision by the author. I don't know if we'll see them again. Anyway, it's the Taming of the Shrew, a very different style to The Two Gentlemen of Verona. You'd think it's more boisterous. Actually, there's far more classical references in this. So many classical references. I'll tell you one. Xanthippe was Socrates' wife, whom he married because she was very good at arguing. This is the Taming of the Shrew, people. Enjoy. That enjoy didn't sound very sincere. Enjoy! Ta-da! Act 1, Scene 1. Flourish. Enter Lucentio and his man, Tranio. Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I'm arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his goodwill and thy good company, my trusty servant, well approved in all. Here let us breathe, and haply institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Pisa, renowned for grave citizens, gave me my being, and my father first, a merchant of great traffic through the world, Vincentio, come of the Bentivogli. Vincentio's son, brought up in Florence, it shall become to serve all hopes conceived to deck his fortune with his virtuous deeds. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study. Virtue and that part of philosophy will I apply that treats of happiness by virtue especially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left, and am to Padua come as he that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst. Me perdonato, gentle mastermind. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no Stoics or no Stocks a pray, or so devote to Aristotle's checks as Ovid be an outcast quite abjurant. Bulk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics, fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows where is no pleasure ta'en. In brief, sir, study what you most affect. Gramercies, Tranio. Well dost thou advise. If Biondello thou wert come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness, and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as time in Padua shall beget. But, stay a while, whose company is this? Master some show to welcome us to town? Enter Baptista with his two daughters, Catherine and Bianca. Gremio, a pantaloon, a comedy old man. Hortensio, suitor to Bianca. Lucentio and Tranio stand by. Baptista. Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I firmly am resolved you know, that is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Katharina, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure. Gremio. To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife? Catherine. To Baptista. I pray, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates? Hortensio. Mates, mate? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you are of gentler, milder mould. Faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. Wis it is not halfway to her heart, but if it were, doubt not her care should be to comb your noddle with a three-legged stool, and paint your face, and use you like a fool. From all such devils, good Lord, deliver us. And me too, gentle Lord. Tranio, aside to Lucentio. Master, here's some good pastime toward. That wench is stark, mad, or wonderful froward. But in the other's silence do I see maids, mild behaviour, and sobriety. Peace, Tranio. Well said, master. Mum, and gaze your fill. Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said. Bianca, get you in, and let it not displease thee. Good Bianca, for I will love thee nevertheless, my girl. A petty Pete, it is best that I'll put finger in the eye. And she knew why. Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, To your pleasure humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company. On them to look and practise by myself. Hark, Tranio, thou mayst hear Minerva speak. Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief. Why will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue? A gentleman content he. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. Exit Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Senior Gremio, you know any such, prefer them hither. For to cunning men I will be very kind, and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so, farewell. Katharina, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca. Exit. Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What, shall I be appointed hours, as though belike I know not what to take and what to leave? Ha! Exit. You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good here as none will hold you. Their love is not so great, Hortensio, but we may blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Our cakes dough on both sides. Well, farewell. Yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father. So will I, Signor Gremio, but, a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never brooked Powell, know now, upon advice, it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labour and effect one thing specially. What's that, I pray? Marries her to get a husband for her sister. A husband? A devil? I say a husband. Well, I say a devil. Think'st thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell? Tush, Gremio, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all her faults and money enough. Well, I cannot tell, but I had as lief take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning. Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this bar-in-law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly maintained, till by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, and then have to it afresh. Ah, sweet Bianca, happy man be his dole. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Signor Gremio? Well, I am agreed, and would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing, that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on. Exeunt Hortensio and Gremio. Tranio and Lucentio remain. Now, pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold? Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness. And now in plainness do confess to thee, that art to me as secret and as dear as Anna to the Queen of Carthage was. Tranio, oh, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio, if I achieve not this young modest girl. Counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt. Oh, master, it's no time to chide you now. Affection is not rated from the heart. If love have touched you, naught remains but so. Redidivite captum quam queos minimo. Gramercy, lad, go forward, this contents. The rest will comfort, for thy counsels sound. Oh, master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh, yes. I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of a gainer had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand, when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
So you know more. Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Only then 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray you, hey, awake, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wit to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her elder sister so cursed and shrewd that till the father rid his hands of her mercy, your love must live a maid at home, and therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Oh, Tranio, what a cruel father's he! But art thou not advised he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Hey, Mariana, sir, and now 'tis plotted. I have it, Tranio. Master, for my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
Well, you will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done? Not possible. For who shall bear your part? And be in Padua here, Vincentio's son, keep house and ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen and banquet them. Basta, no, contently, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus: thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or mean a man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched, and shall be so. Tranio, at once uncase thee, take my coloured hat and cloak, and when Biondello comes, he waits on thee, but I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
Oh, so had you need.
The exchange close.
In brief, sir, sith your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient, for so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think 'twas in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves. And let me be a slave to achieve that maid, whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye. Enter Biondello. Here comes the rogue.
Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? No, where are you?
Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes, or you stolen his, or both? Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore frame your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here, to save my life, puts my apparel and my countenance on, and I, for my escape, have put on his, for in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man, and fair I was descried. Wait you on him, I charge you, as becomes, while I make way from hence to save my life. You understand me?
Aye, sir.
Not a whit. And not a jot of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
Well, the better for him. Would I were so too. Okay, look, what happened is the camera stopped recording before the end of this scene, so these are the last lines. So, it is better for him would I were so too.
So could I, faith boy, to have the next wish after, that Lucentio indeed had Baptista's youngest daughter. But, sirrah, not for my sake, but your master's, I advise you use your manners discreetly in all kinds of companies. When I am alone, well then I am Tranio, but in all places else your master, Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. One more thing rests at thyself, execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
Excellent.
Phew. The presenters above speak.
My lord, you nod. You do not mind the play?
Oh, yes, my Sir Lanzarote, it's a good matter, surely.
Comes there any more of it?
My lord, 'tis but begun.
Ah, 'tis a very excellent piece of work, madam lady. Ah, woods were done.
They sit and mark.
Scene 2. Enter Petruchio and his man, Grumio.
Verona! For a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua, but of all my best beloved and approved friend Hortensio, and I trow this is his house. Here, Sirrah Grumio, knock, I say.
Knock, sir? Whom should I knock? Is there any man has rebused your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir, what am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your knave's pate.
Oh, my master is grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then I know after who comes by the worst.
Would it not be, face, sirrah? And you'll not knock, I'll ring it. I'll try how you can solve that and sing it.
Ah, help, masters! Ah, help, my master is mad!
Ah, look when I bid you, Sirrah, villain. Enter Hortensio. Aha, now, what's the matter? Oh, my old friend Grumio, and my good friend Petruchio. How do you all at Verona? Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray? Con tutto il cuore ben trovato, may I say. Alla nostra casa benvenuto, molto onorato, signor mio Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Neat is no matter, sir, what you ledge in Latin. If this be not a lawful cause for me to leave his service, look you, sir, he bid me knock him and rap him soundly. Well, and was it fit for a servant to use his master so, being perhaps for aught I see, 32, a pip out? Whom would to God I had well knocked at first, then had not Grumio come by the worst.
A senseless villain, good Hortensio, I bade the rascal knock upon your gate, and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heaven, speak you not these words plain. Sirrah, knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly, and come me now with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, begone or talk not, I advise you. But Petruchio, patience, I am Grumio's pledge. Why, this a heavy chance twixt him and you, your ancient, trusty, pleasant servant Grumio. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona? Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows, but in a few. Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so I'm come abroad to see the world. Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee, and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favoured wife? Thou'lt thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou too much, my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her. Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice, and therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, be she as foul as were Florentius' love, as old as Sibyl, and as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthippe, or a worse, she moves me not, or not removes at least, affection's edge in me, for she is rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas. I come to wive it wealthily in Padua, if wealthily then happily in Padua. Lay, look you, sir, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet and an aglet baby, and an old trot with ne'er a tooth in her head, though she have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes amiss, so money comes withal. Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young, and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is faults enough, is that she is intolerable cursed, and shrewd, and froward so beyond all measure that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold. Hortensia, please, thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough, for I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack. Well, her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue. I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. Well, I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you, to give you over at the first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go while the humour lasts, oh my word. And she knew him as well as I do. She would think scolding would do little good upon him. She may perhaps call him half a score knaves or so, but there's nothing. And he begin once, he'll rail in his rope tricks. I'll tell you what, sir, and she stand him but a little, he will throw a figure in her face and so disfigure her with it that she shall have no more eyes to see withal than a cat. You know him not, sir.
To tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me, and other more suitors to her and rivals in my love, supposing it a thing impossible, for these defects I have before rehearsed, that ever Katharina will be wooed. Therefore this order hath Baptista ta'en, that none shall have access unto Bianca, till Catherine the Cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed, a title for a maid of all titles the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace, and offer me, disguised in sober robes, to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca, that so I may by this device at least have leave and leisure to make love to her, and unsuspected court her by herself. Enter Grumio with a paper, and Lucentio disguised as a schoolmaster.
Oh, here's no knavery, see to beguile the old folks, how the young folks lay their heads together.
Oh, master, look you, who goes there, huh? Peace, Grumio, it is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Petruchio, Hortensio, and Grumio stand aside.
Oh, very well, I have perused the note, hark you, sir. I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love. See that any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me? Over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with largesse. Take your paper too, and let me have 'em very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself to whom they go to. Oh, what will you read to her?
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you as for my patron. Stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself were still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you are a scholar, sir.
Oh, here's this learning. What a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is. Peace, sirrah. A Grumio, mum.
God save you, Signor Grumio.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Trow you whither I am going? To Baptista Minola. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man for learning and poetry fit for her turn. Well read in poetry and other books. Good ones, I warrant ye.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, and a fine musician to instruct our mistress. So shall I no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Well beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove. Grumio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Catherine, yea, and to marry her, if her dowry please.
So said, so done is well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she's an irksome brawling scold, if that be all. Masters, I hear no harm.
Says me so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, his fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, in God's name you shall have me assisting you and all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither, but to that intent? Think your little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea puffed up with winds rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field, and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in pitched battle heard loud larums neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue? That gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire. Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs, for he fears none.
Well, since you hark, this gentleman is happily arrived. My mind presumes for his own good and ours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charge of wooing whatsoe'er.
Well, so we will, provided that he win her.
I would I were as sure of a good dinner. Enter Tranio, brave, as Lucentio, and Biondello.
Gentlemen, God save you, if I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He that has the two daughters, is he, you mean?
Even so, Biondello. Hark you mean not her to...
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do? Not her that chides at any hand, I pray. I love no chiders, sir. Biondello, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio. Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of, yea or no?
And if I be so, is it any offence? No, if without more words you will get you hence. Why, sir, I pray, and not the streets as free for me as for you, but so is not she. For what reason, I beseech you? For this reason, if you'll know, that she is the choice love of Signor Grumio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my muscles. If you be gentlemen, do me this right, hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not all unknown, and were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me for one. Fair Leda's daughter had 1,000 wooers. Then well one more may fair Bianca have, and so she shall. Lucentio shall make one, though Paris came in hope to speed alone.
What? This gentleman will out-talk us all.
Sir, give him head, I'll know he'll prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold as ask you, did you ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but here I do that he hath two. The one is famous for a scolding tongue, as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first for me, let her go by.
Yea, leave that labour to great Hercules, and let it be more than Alcides 12.
Sir, understand you, this is me in sooth. The youngest daughter, whom you hearken for, her father keeps from all excessive suitors, and will not promise her to any man until the elder sister first be wed. The younger then is free, and not before.
Well, if it be so, sir, that you are the man must stead us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder, Set the younger free for our access, whose hap shall be to have her, will not so graceless be to being great.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive, and since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholden.
Sir, I shall not be slack.
In sign whereof, please ye we may contrive this afternoon, and quaff carouses to our mistress' health, and do as adversaries do in law, strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends. Grumo and Biondello, clearly starving. Oh, excellent motion, fellows, let's be gone. The motion's good indeed, and be it so, Petruchio, I shall be your Benvenuto. Excellent. And that is the end of Act 1. The induction, saying who Christopher Sly is, that I recorded last night, that goes there. Act 2, when it's finished, will go up there. Thank you very much for all your comments, if you want to talk about anything below. Also, thank you if you want to leave tips in the tip jar below. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all doing tremendously. Goodbye.